Hey guys, Derek Stark back with another video. I actually had a student this morning recommend that I make a video on perspective. So shout out to you, Rob. This one's for you. And I think there's going to be some great content here. So let's get the ball rolling. When I think about perspective, it automatically takes me back 2 years to some time that I spent in Panama with 20 other Americans. We went down there to serve the youth as well as their families, and it was just such an eye-opening experience for us all. We were sleeping in tents, living off of rice and beans predominantly. We were unable to shower. We bathed in the local dirty streams, and it was a little easier when you knew that you were coming back to America, back to endless food options and our nice homes with white picket fences and 9 to 5 jobs. But that is a reality for the people in Panama. They they sustain their lives off of rice and beans. They might only eat once a day. These kids, they wear the same thing pretty much every single day. They're dirty. They don't bathe. But the thing is, they don't know how bad they have it. And I say that with my American perspective, because to be completely honest, I think they were happier than we were. And it's almost a blessing in disguise to have that naivety. Um, but the trip to Panama really gave me perspective. And I've come back to America, and it's been hard to see how a lot of people here act and talk, and how we take things for granted. We live in 2017. At any given moment, we can talk to anybody we want. All we have to do is pick up our cell phone, our computer that's in our pocket, and call somebody. And I am just as guilty as anybody else of just kind of just assuming that we deserve these things, and that when you think back, even 100 years ago, think about how difficult life was back then. There weren't these Tinder and Bumble apps. You actually had to approach a guy or a girl and ask them on a date, and you might have to write a letter and not get a response for a week or two. Things weren't convenient. The human interaction, it was so much more important and dependent upon. And while I think that technology and the internet is a great thing to have and utilize, sometimes I think that we do lose our perspective because of it. Um, and the power of just reframing things can't be overstated. You might complain that, oh my gosh, I had to pay in $1,000 of taxes this year, or there were $5 in taxes on my groceries this morning. But if you reframe that and you're like, well, I just invested $1,000 or $5 into hospitals, building new hospitals, and these hospitals are going to create jobs and ultimately take care of the fellow citizens of this amazing country I live in. By reframing that, we change our perspective, and then while yeah, it does suck to lose our money, but you can feel good about knowing that it's going to a nice place, and for a good cause. So things aren't necessarily what they are, but they're more so what we think they are. So I really am a firm believer that when we can change our mind, we can change our lives and our reality. So there's this interesting story. Back before there was Wi-Fi on planes, the very first plane that had Wi-Fi, they surprised the people who were traveling. And right before the plane took off, they're like, we have an announcement. There's going to be Wi-Fi on this plane. You can connect and enjoy. So 9 minutes into the flight, the Wi-Fi goes out and everybody goes ballistic. They're freaking out. What happened to the Wi-Fi? What's going on here? In 10 minutes before, they didn't even expect there to be Wi-Fi. They didn't even know that was a possibility. But because they then were assuming that Wi-Fi was a part of this plane ride, um, they grew upset, and I think that's a good example of just perspective. Um, I think just practicing and cultivating gratitude is so crucial and can help us to maintain that positive perspective in life. So just a few ways that I think we can all Find ways to gain perspective. The first one is just get away. Take a weekend off, hit the road, whether it just be for a day or whether it be for a week. Go see something new, go meet new people, go taste new foods, and just open your mind to new experiences because that can change your life. And treat yourself, you know? I don't mean retail therapy. Don't go spend $200-300, but maybe get a massage or get that workout in that you've wanted to get in all week, or treat yourself to a delicious, healthy dinner that's going to nourish your body. Spend some time in nature. You'll notice that all of my videos, uh, or predominantly all my videos, I'm going to be outside, and that's because this is where I feel the most comfortable. And just hearing the birds and all those sorts of things. Usually squirrels pop out too, so that might happen at some point. Um, Another great way to maintain perspective is just to tune into the world that we live in through meditation, any sort of meditation practice. And meditation doesn't necessarily have to be sitting and doing that sort of thing. It can just be um, walking and just spending time by yourself and just reflecting and looking forward and just realizing how lucky we are and how we defeated the odds to even be where we are right now, to be a human being. How brilliant is that? So I encourage you to stop and ponder the next time you're feeling frustrated or angry and ask yourself, are these emotions serving me? Is this going to matter a year from now? Is this going to matter a month from now? Is this even going to matter an hour from now? So don't sweat the small stuff, guys. And it's all small stuff. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll be back with another video soon. Have a great weekend.